Hello and welcome to another 3-string cigar box guitar lesson. So Beatles, I think this is the first time I've tried this one, so hopefully I won't have any copyright infringements, but what a great tune for 3 strings. Of course, Lady Madonna, and it's from late 60s. I forgot to check this one, maybe 68 or something. But piano riff originally, but really nice sort of boogie woogie blues kind of thing going on. Works really nicely. The original's in A, so this is still our standard GDG tuning. So if you want to play any of this a lot, or indeed all of it, along with the original song, then capo up at fret 2. Everything we learn here goes up 2 frets and you're good to go. So that's probably a little bit of a tricky arrangement that I was doing there. So I'll do an easy version and more sort of like single note stuff as opposed to trying to incorporate chords and things as well. And I'll sort of briefly show you how I was putting it all together towards the end. But I reckon let's get straight on with having a look at the tune. So here's the tuning notes. We have G and D and high G. And like I was saying, if you want to play with the original, learn all this, stick a capo on fret 2, move everything up 2 frets, and you're good to go. So we're going to have a look at the easy version first. So I'm not going to incorporate any chords with the riffs. Okay, so the riff itself, kind of something similar to the Doors one we did last time actually, but we're open twice on the low bass string. And then I'm just going to play frets 3 and 4. And then I'm going to change, I'm going to do like a little step over. So even though they're right next door, if I do ever want to go onto the chord, it actually changes chord at that point. So I'm going to use my first finger at fret 5. So all of this is on the bass string. So it's low, flat pick playing as well. And so it's low G twice, 3, 4, do a little side step with your first finger, play fret 5 twice, so that's like you've gone to a C chord, and then there's a little hammer on at the end, which is right up on frets 8 and 9. Now you can use, you can use fingers 1 and 2. There's quite a big jump down to fret 5 at the end of it, unless you go up to 12. So I'm personally, I think I was using fingers 3 and 4. You might find that a bit difficult, so you might want to use fingers 2 and 3. But basically a hammer on is when you hold the note down, tap down without re-picking with whichever finger is 1 step higher. So I'm going on to 9 with my 3rd finger, or I can hold with my 3rd and go on to 9 with my pinky. But straight after that is fret 5 on the middle string. That's the end of the riff. Which looks a bit like this. So we've got open twice, 3, 4, all on the bass string. Do a little side step, move your thumb as well. Play fret 5 twice, and then go up to 8 and 9. Hammer on, finish on fret 5 of the middle string. And the timing is all half beat notes, but the little hammer on allows us to play twice as fast. So it's half beat, half beat, half beat, twice as fast. So that's just a bar. And so you do that 2 times. And once you've done it 2 times, the 3rd time you basically keep going up all the way to fret 12. So that would be starting the same, open 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 10, 12. I might play that 2 more times when I've got to 12. So play it twice and then 2 closer together. So that's the intro, and I think as soon as he starts singing, I think we'll class that as the chorus, because obviously he sings Lady Madonna, and that's the entire structure. So it would look a bit like this: 1 and 2 and step over, 3 and 4 and do that twice, 2 and step over, 3 and 4, the longer ascending bit. So all this is the same, but then go to 7, 8, 10, 12 and 2 more for luck at the end. And just a quick plug, if you want any tips on any basic or even intermediate technique to do with pick playing, alternate picking, fretting, lead techniques such as hammer-ons and pull-offs, slides, things like that. Fingerstyle as well, there is the fantastic complete beginner course which you can check on the website. So there's a link, and it's in the text description as well, and so you can see what you think. There's different shorter options available. There's the full course. You can see what maybe suits your particular playing in this particular stage in your 3-string musical journey. But let's move on. So that is the intro and the chorus. The verse is we'll start with the chords, and then I'll show you the bass line on its own afterwards. So it starts on C, so you can do a bar. So again, you can check out bar technique in the beginner course, or you can use all 3. I was using all 3 because I was putting some bass notes in, but it's C, and then after that it goes to F. Now the easiest way of playing an F is a bar right up on fret 10, and then it goes to B flat, which is a bar at fret 3, and then it goes to G, which we'll just use the open there. And whichever way you're fretting the chords, you want to make them quite sort of bouncy and clipped. So what I'm doing is I'm basically playing a bass note, and then I'm strumming the full chord afterwards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Or if you think that's a bit too sort of umpire sounding, you can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can basically hit the single bass note on beat 1, and then you can hit the chord on 2 and 4. So it'd sound like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. So it's actually two bars for each chord. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. So on that G, if I want to clip it, I'm having to stop it ringing with my fretting hand. 1, 2, 4, clipping it like that. So it's 2 bars for each of those. Starts again and go back to the C and to the F. So all of this is exactly the same as the first time round, but then there's the see how they run extra bit at the end, which would be these are easy chords compared to the ones I did in the demo. I'll show you the full ones in a short while. B flat, A, type of D, D5. So the B flat is fret 3, open D, fret 3. Try not to catch that middle D string. Strum it once. A is a bar just on its own, and then that exactly the same shape down on fret 2, but there's what you call a sort of suspended thing going on in the chords, so you can actually lift this finger off and just play with fretted low G and 2 open D and G strings, and then strum it again, adding in fret 2 on the high G, which is like our standard open position D chord. So as always, plenty of stop starting this video, rewind, you know, recheck stuff. Don't just play it all the way through unless you are fantastically accomplished on the 3-string. So let's do this verse. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, up to F, then fret 3 for B flat, 1, 2, 3, 4, open G, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, back to C, fret 5, up to F, fret 10, and then into B flat, into A, and the suspended D and the regular D. So even though I've said these are easier versions, they're still a little bit tricky, these chords. So you've really got to make sure you get a good bridge on these ones, because you want to try your hardest to let the D ring out in the middle, and then swing right round quite a different position for the A bar, and then swing right back round again. Try not to catch any strings, because we've only got 3 strings here, and ideally we want to be able to hear all of them. Fortunately, there's only 1 strum there, 1 there, and then 2 on the different versions of D. If you wanted to play the groovy bass line instead of just playing the chords in the verse, you could start from C, which is, instead of playing the chords, you just start from the bass note, which is fret 5 on the low G string, and you play that twice, and then you drop down to 3, drop down to 2, drop down to the open, so that's all on the low G. And then instead of playing the F chord, we can just play from the bass note F, which is fret 10, and again all of these are twice, so fret 10 twice, 8 twice, 7 twice, 5 twice, and then instead of playing from the fret 3 B flat chord, play B flat, which is fret 3 on the bass string, twice, play fret 2 twice, play open G twice. Now we ideally want to step down to 2 frets lower than that, because it wants to keep descending. We've run out of road at this point, so I'm just going to go back to where I started. So I'm just going to go back to this fret 3 again. So off the B flat chord, it's fret 3, fret 2, open, and then back to fret 3 again. Final chord off the G. So this time we're working our way back up. So we're playing open G twice, and then we're playing fret 2, fret 3, fret 7. So hopefully you've noticed it's good to learn things in small chunks. So I would make sure you get this bass line learned specifically for each chord. It'd be much easier to remember, because it's just a random bunch of numbers otherwise. But going from the C, it's 5, 3, 2, down to the open G. Learn that, and then from the F it's 10, all on the bass string, 8, 7, 5, from the B flat, fret 3, 2, open, we're going to have to go back to 3 because we've run out of frets, and then from the open G we've got open, going up to 3, 5, and then we're going to use the first 2 of those again, so back to C, fret 5, 3, 2, open, 10, 8, 7, 5, and then there's our B flat chord, there's our A bar chord, there's our suspended D and a regular D. So we're going to keep those chords the same. So the structure of the entire song is basically just chorus, which is the main riff, Lady Madonna, that bass line part or the chord part, which is the verse. Just keep alternating between those two. The solo is over the verse, and you know, so if you're playing the rhythm part, which we are doing, you're doing exactly the same thing. The only other thing is right at the end, there's a so we'll do slightly easier versions of these. So that's 5 and 7. So if you can do these bridges on the end of the verse chords, hopefully you can do this. So I'm going to try and just hit 2 strings with the pick. I'm going to play that twice, and then I'm going to go up to 5 and 7 again. Watch you bridging, same 2 strings, and then I'm going to go up to, so that's using fingers 1 and 2, 1 and 3, 1 and 2. This is on 7 and 8. Play that twice. Back to 5 and 7. Play that once. Play that once. Twice. 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 Once. Once. Now we're going to go into that. We're going to interrupt. This is just the very, very end. So we're going to interrupt the main riff that ascends. So when it goes all the way up like that, we're going to interrupt it. So we're going to go 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 10. Don't go to 12. Go there instead. 5, 7, 8, 10. Little chord. Little chord. You do that again. You just do that twice. And that's the ending. So if you're still with me at this point, I'll very quickly run through the full version, but to be honest, it is quite challenging. But I was using exactly the same notes, but just doing some like flicks on the open strings. So the first half of the riff is over a open G in this tuning. So I'm going to go bass, chord, 3, 4. I'm going to do a bar at fret 5 for the C, bass, chord, and then hammer and do the chord again right at the end. So I'm doing 1 upstroke on the open G, I'm doing 2 on the C. Because I'm barring, I'm going to try my hardest, or maybe you could try your hardest, to use fingers 3 and 4 for the hammer on up there. I mean, you can use 2 and 3, it's a bit of a frantic step back though, but all of that sounds like this. And so obviously we do that twice, but then we go. Now what I was doing on the intro was I was trying to leave this open high G ringing. Just to make it a bit more chordy. So when you got this final ascending bit, when we go to the C, so this final time, instead of barring it, I was just holding these 2 down and letting the open G ring, and then I was going to 7 and 5. We've still got that open G ringing, 8 and 5, and then just taking that slightly stretchy shape, moving it to 7 and 10. And then moving it to 12 and 9. So all of that fancy chorus looks like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and hammer on chord, 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 hammer, chord this time. Then let the open G ring. The chorus, so this is a little bit more difficult. So this time I'm playing the C like that, and then, so So I'm trying to hold these in place while I go from 5 to 3 to 2 and be fairly flat with these fingers and down to the open. Same sort of idea from the F, but this time don't go to 9, go to 8 and then go to 7, and then I haven't got Inspector Gadget fingers, so I can't go to 5, but what I can do is I can play the F like that. So that's like that's an F power chord. 5, 3, 5 is an F power chord. So I can go 1, 2, and then when I go to the B flat, so that's 3, 2, open, back to 3. When I go to the low G, hopefully this isn't too bad, it's bass, chord, 2, 3, 7. So here's that verse again. C, 5, 1, 2, 3, open. Then F, fret 10, 8, 7, alternate F, and then down to B flat, same 3 fingers, back again, and then G. Do it all again. C, down to 3, down to 2, down to open, F, down to 8, down to 7, down to the alternate F. Different chords here, so these sound a little bit more like the sort of voicing of the original. So this is also a B flat, but it's 7, 8, 10, so you might find it a bit of a bridging nightmare, but 7, 8, 10. So that's a B flat instead of that one, just a bit brighter. And then instead of just doing a regular fret 2 bar on the A, I'm actually making it a minor by adding the pinky in on the top string. And then I'm actually, it's like part of the sort of vocal part. So I'm playing that once and then taking it off and just picking fret 2 in the bar. And then instead of doing the sus4 down here on the D, I'm going for, that's a D chord. I'm going to pick out this fret 5 in the middle, and that played next to the D is like it's another suspended D, so it's 7, 5, 7 and then D. All of the verse, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then B flat, A minor, sus, and we're off again. And then if you wanted to fill out those final chords for the outro, instead of just playing the pairs of notes here that we did in the easy version, I'm just hitting the low G, open G there, so I'm playing all 3 strings. But then I'm going up to another B flat like this. So 10, 8, 7, and then that is a bar, and that is fret 7, so it's kind of a F, type of F. So we've got G up to 5 and 7, B flat, bar with fret 7 in the middle, either use your 3rd or 4th finger. So Okay, so that's it for Lady Madonna. Whichever particular version you've had a look at, I hope you have fun learning it, and you can add it to your collection of 3-string classics. And in fact, I think we might switch back to 4 strings for the next video or two. So watch this space if you have a spare one, and I will look forward to seeing you here again soon on Code of Tuition.